Welcome back to Superstarglam. In today's video, we are just playing with a new makeup that I have and I wanted to dip into it. I'm definitely loving this look and especially the green going on. I used the Juvia'S Place the Drive by Juvia'S palette. It is a good one, but most of her shadows are. You can't go wrong with any of her palettes. But anyway, before we jump into that, if you haven't yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and click that little button down below and become part of the Superstarglam Squad family. Also, while you're there, click the little bell for post notifications. That way you are alerted every time I upload a video. And if you're interested to see me create this look, then just keep watching. So I have a lot of makeup that I've been purchasing, so now I need to share them with you as I am getting a little too much. I'm falling behind in sharing all these products with you guys. So that's why I decided to do this Get Ready With Me. That way we can chit chat and also see what I am using. This, I picked it up. It was actually sold out on Ulta's website for a really long time, and I finally jumped on it as soon as it came back in stock. It's the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, the Universal Sheer one. It was being compared to the, what was it? Tatcha. Yeah, there's a Tatcha primer that everybody was raving about, and it was being compared to that for skin benefits and also for primer purposes. Now I did pick up the Tatcha one because they actually have a small version of it, not the full size. It's a smaller size, and I figured I would give it a try. It should be coming soon, but in the meantime I did get this, and this one is $8. The other one, I think it is the small size, I think, is $22, but the full size I think is like $64 from Tatcha. So if I'm able to compare and I get the same results, then I would definitely say save your money and get the e.l.f. one. I switched up the settings on the camera, so I hope it's not as bright as it was looking on the monitor. Now this is not a new product, but I'm feeling like I want to give my face a little bit more luminosity. So I'm going to take the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector and Moonstone and apply that all over my face. So now I'm just going to go over that just to help blend that out with the wet sponge. So I do have a new foundation, and this is a foundation that I've heard a few people that I actually watch their videos talk about it and rave about it and say that it was a really good foundation. So I went ahead and bit the bullet and picked it up just because this is a very pricey, or it's one of the priciest foundations that I've purchased in a while. And I don't even know anything about this brand. It is Smith and Colt. I believe this is a new brand for Ulta that they are carrying. And like I said, I heard really good things about this foundation. Now I already did try it, but I'm not really sure about the way that it performs on my skin per se. So I'm not saying that it's a bad product. I'm just saying that for me personally, I'm not really liking the way that it sits on my skin. It says it's a weightless micro blurring foundation, and I picked it up in the shade 300 Neutral. And like I said, I have tried this I think like two other times, so I'm gonna try it one more time. And I'm going to start off with a really light layer. Maybe I'm going in with too much product to begin with. And the shade seems to match me really nicely. Now I'm going to apply the second. I just did a second pump, and I don't even think I'm doing full pumps. I think I'm not pressing all the way down, so it's probably half a pump. Surprisingly, I'm actually liking the way I'm applying it, because like I said, I probably went in very heavy-handed initially, and that was where my reserves were. I'm gonna apply just one more little itty bitty pump, and I'm just going to concentrate it on this area right here, just where I have a little bit more scarring that I want additional coverage. I don't have a new concealer, so I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer, and this is in the shade Cashmere. And I mentioned this one in my favorites. I have to work with this product fast because it does dry down, and I've been liking to blend it out with, I apply a little bit, and then I blend it out with this concealer brush from the brand Vasanti, and I feel like it helps blend it out without removing too much of the product, since I am going with a little bit. And then I just go over the edges with the sponge. Look at the difference. For the powder, I'm going to take the Beauty Bakery powder and set that under eye. For contour, I don't have anything new, so I'm going to go in with the LA Girl Pro Conceal HD Concealer. This one's in the shade Chestnut. I'm going to take this Luxie face brush. It's the 680 Pro Precision. And then I'm just going to go over the edges with the sponge. I also just picked up these brushes from BH. They're called the Color Festival 12-piece brush set with the holder. Super cute and adorable. I love the neon pop from it. So this is the Contour Marc Jacobs one, the, what is it, Mirage Filter Instamark. I'm going to take this angled brush from the set. I normally don't use this type of brushes. Actually, I'm going to take the big one, the powder brush from the set, because I didn't set the rest of my face, and I'm going in with that same powder, the Beauty Bakery. I'm just going to lightly set that. Okay, now back to the contour part. So I also have a new bronzer. This one is the Makeup Revolution Mega Bronzer 02 Warm. Looks like this. So I'm going to take this BH Studio Pro number 3 powder brush. It's very powdery, but it looks really pigmented, so it's really pigmented. To tone it down, I'm going to take this, it's also a BH brush, the stippling brush, and I'm going to use this to buff out my entire face, to give it more of a seamless look rather than harsh lines. And then for blush, I had hauled this previously and I haven't yet really dipped into it. Is the Anastasia Blush Trio in Peach Love. Love the packaging of it, so nice and slick. And I didn't know that the pans were actually that small, but it's okay. I'm going to take this Luxie I don't know what number it is because it's already rubbed off, but it's a Pro Precision tapered brush that I like to use for my blush. And I think I'm just gonna swirl all these three colors. Really, really pretty. I think two of the colors in here have a bit of shimmer, so it gives a really nice sheen. So I really liked the mixing aspect of all three of them. For highlight, we actually have options. I don't think I've used this one on camera yet. It's the BH Spotlight Petite Highlight. I love the fact that it comes in a small version of their highlight palette. And so these are really, really good, nice set of highlights. So that's really nice. And then I have this one. It's a brand new product from e.l.f. It's called the Metallic Flare Highlighter 24 Karat Gold is the shade I picked it up. And the name of it, Metallic Flare Highlighter, makes me think that this is going to be an intense highlighter. They did come out with two different shades, so I picked up the 24 Karat Gold. There is another one. I'm not sure the other shade. Let me swatch it. Okay, so it is a drier consistency, like there's no powder. You can see that right there. I don't know that I'm going to like the shade. It looks a little darker or a little bit more pigmented for my preference, but it is a beautiful formula. It is those that I've been loving as of lately, that aren't too powdery, that have somewhat of a consistency of like a drier texture, and that it gives you more of a wet look rather than a powder you've applied. Those tend to kind of melt more onto the skin and give you that like glow within, and they are buildable. So I'm thinking that's what this is. This brush set does come with a highlighting brush, so we're gonna try it. And I'm going to first apply this on the e.l.f. one and see how it looks. Oh yeah, it's really, really pretty. And it kind of, the tone of it gives it more of like a natural look. The tone of it kind of blends into my bronzer. So this looks really, really nice. Now, and I'm going to take the BH one, and I do like to take a lighter shade. So I like to pop it like right at the top of the cheekbone. Just right here, just to give it an additional brightness in this area. I'm going to take the sponge and just blend it out, since I did go a little bit overboard, and this also will help melt it more into the skin. Super, super nice. Okay, now we're going on to the eyes. I'm going to take MAC Prolongwear Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. Ever since I discovered this brand and picked up a few of the eyeshadows, I've been obsessed in collecting every single eyeshadow palette they come out with. I think that if you haven't yet tried it, I would definitely recommend that you try it. It is one of the top best in terms of pigmentation and formula of eyeshadows that I have in my collection. It is the Juvia'S Place. This one is the Tribe by Juvia'S, and this is what it looks like inside. Look how pretty and beautiful that looks. I'm kind of feeling inspired from my top to play with these colors. I think these would definitely complement this top. I never have a plan. I usually just jump into it and start playing with color and see where that goes. Okay, I'm taking this eye shading brush from Luxie 213, and then I'm going to start patting motions. Always patting motions for me work better when I'm trying to build it up. The shade that I just laid down is Ashanti. I love that name. It remembers Ashanti. I'm going to take from that brush set the number 10, and I'm going to take the shade called Oromo. Just lightly, look at that. And I was like, no, let me show you on camera what that looks like. So it's a fluffy brush, and there's like nothing of fallout and all onto the brush. Nice. Just pat it a little bit. And so anyways, I'm gonna use this to blend that out. Switch it up and go in with a smaller one. This is the number 11. It's kind of like a domed, dense brush. I'm gonna use this to blend out the edges. I'm going back with the previous brush, and I'm not putting any more product. I'm just using this to blend out the edges. Look at this color. Can you see it? Okay, this shade called Koro is so pretty. It looks like a champagne color on the pan, but when you swatch it, it has a green shift to it. So pretty. Okay, I don't know how this is going to turn out or work, but I'm just feeling these colors. The next color is sand. It's a deep teal color, and I'm gonna apply this right to the base and then start bringing it up. And the brush I'm using is the number 7. This is one of the best teal shades I've worked with probably ever. There is no fallout. There is super intense pigmentation. There is no patchiness. It's just beautiful. Once I got the shape of it, then I will go in and start blending it out with the rest of the shades that I applied. I'm gonna go in with this. It's a mini fan brush from BH also, and this is the number 6. I'm gonna go in with Ashanti first, because I don't want that color to disappear, and I'm going to use this to help blend out the edges. So all I'm doing is I'm not adding any more product. I'm just doing patting motions and a little bit of circular motions to bring back the pigmentation and once again help blend out those edges. I don't want that color to disappear. So there we go. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to that orange shade Oromo and that number 11 dome brush. I'm just going to re-intensify that orange. Make sure that it's nice and bright. I'm going to go back with that fan brush and once again help blend out those edges. I'm just using this brush with no product on it to help blend out the top edges, just so that it's nice and blended. The next color I'm going to use is the other really nice color in here, that Cuba shimmery teal shade. Applying that really nice teal base will definitely make this one pop as well. I'm also using the same flat shader brush number 7. That's so pretty. Okay, so I am using again patting motions as well as rubbing motions. And as you can see, I've done my entire face and there's still no fallout. I mean, we're literally working with dark shades here. Okay, so I'm bringing it here to the inner, and then to the outer. Okay, and we're going to take it one step further. And now I'm going to take the shade Coro, that champagne shade that has a shift. Okay, and I'm going to apply it right in the middle. In the middle, I want it to be it's intense it could be. I haven't even wet these shadows and you're seeing this much intensity. Now I'm going to go back, dip into Cuba, and then just use it to blend out the edges. I just want it to be kind of like the spotlight in the middle. It just adds dimension to the eye. Using the same brush, I'm going to take that shade Sun, the matte teal shade, and I'm going to apply it right at the outer just to help deepen that up. Definitely don't want to cover it up. I'm just adding it right at the edge. Okay, so I definitely got cocky and jinxed myself, and there not being any fallout. But that was also my mistake because I wasn't being careful when I was applying the shimmer shades, and I wasn't tapping off the excess. So some of the shimmer did fall onto my cheek, which isn't a bad thing. It's fine. I mean, if you just applied some powder underneath, you would be fine. It's not one of those that there's so much fallout that there's no going back. It's not like that at all. Masai, I'm going to pop in the inner corner. I think that will, oh, look at that. That's a beautiful neon green. Well, green. Lime green. Look at that. And then to finish that inner corner, you can try Coro, which is that champagne shade, and then pulls a lot of that green. The one we applied in the center, that is beautiful. This neon brush set comes with a little detail fan brush, the number 12. I don't know what I would use it for, so I'm applying this to the bottom lash line with the shade called Sun, the teal shade. The next color I'm going to apply is Curla. It's that shimmery, like terracotta orange. And I think I'm going to use this to apply to the bottom. This is the number 11 dome brush. I'm going to take the brush that doesn't have any more product. I'm going to use this to blend out the bottom. So I went ahead and finished the other eye off camera and the brows. For lashes, I'm not wearing anything new, even though I do have new lashes. I felt like these are the Salon Perfect Cluster lashes. I felt like these complemented the look better than what I had. For lips, I do have a few items, but I feel like this one's going to complement it more. It is a new lipstick from Dose of Colors, the Lip It Up Satin Lipstick in Glazed. And the lip liner I'm going to use is the usual one, or one of my usual ones, NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in Mason. Just going to use this to line my lips. Okay. Oh yeah, it's really light and nude. And then I'm going to apply a gloss. This one I think I just got in my BoxyCharm. The brand is Appeal Holographic Lip Gloss. So let's see how it looks. I hate the little itty doe foot applicators. It just doesn't give you enough product at one time. That's it. That's all the products that I had to play with. So quickly, I just wanted to mention the foundation. I'm actually really liking the foundation right now. I don't know if it was just a combo of the primer that I used, or if it's just that my skin is behaving right now that I like it. I also like the fact that I didn't go in with too much product. For me these days, I've been liking kind of more of less is more kind of thing. Yep. So I really love how this look came out, especially this eyeshadow look. I don't think you can go wrong with any of Juvia'S Place palettes, but this one definitely you should pick up, especially if you are a fan of greens. I mean, you have every green shade in here. Teal, this green shade is like a really nice. And yeah, pretty much all the colors that I applied, I really did love. They all performed really nicely. They blend out. There's not a lot of fallout on the formulas. I mean, there was fallout. Obviously there was some fallout, but that's again my fault because I wasn't being careful. Two, I could have avoided that by prepping under the eye. So it has nothing to do with the formula or the shadows themselves. It's an user error. Anyways, I really liked how this turned out, and I really hope that you enjoyed it. And my goal here on my channel is that you take something away, whether it's creating a new look, whether it inspired you to play with makeup, to combine different eyeshadow looks, or whatever it may be. If you took something away, then I've done my job, and I am happy to be here and do that for you. Remember that this is all just makeup. It washes away. It's not that serious. Ultimately, beauty is how you feel about yourself and not what you see in the mirror. Sometimes our superstar glam is the boost we give ourselves and the confidence that comes with it. And with that said, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you next time.